Howdy, hey, I'm Ray. It's been a minute since a good old character design video on this channel. How about a return to form? I bought 5 blind box toys, and I'm gonna see what I got and then make a character out of them. Roll the footage.
Alright, this is ill-advised. I should probably just film this when I get home, but I'm with friends and I'm excited. I want to open them now. I'm impatient. So I've got all these. Shut the f. I didn't ask. I got all these blind boxes. We're gonna open them up, and whatever's inside, we'll design characters for them later, and I'll also get better footage later. But I'm here with my friends. Say hi, friends. Hi, friends. Yeah! I'm gonna open this one first. Okay. These are fun little gem guys, and a couple more. No idea what the diamond one is.
That is the secret one. So every blind box will have like a secret one. You don't get to see it prior to it being opened, and I think the odds are usually lower. 1 in 72.
Good lord.
While all the others are 1 in 6.
I see. I like this pearl one, kind of like her. I like sapphire. I think the only one that I'm not sold on emerald. That's my birthstone, and I've never been a fan of emerald. All right, let's see what we got. Watch, it's emerald. All right, first blind bag.
It's aluminum. Is this your first blind box ever?
It might be.
Well, I can see what it is. I can see on the camera.
Is it pearl? Oh, yeah! It's the one I wanted.
Well, there you go. You're the one. So now if you open any of the other ones, you're going to be disappointed. So you might as well throw those all away.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, next I'll open this one. So we got these little circus options. I like all of these. I don't think I'd be disappointed with any of these.
I'm gonna be disappointed if you don't get the secret one.
Which is a 1 in 96 chance?
Yeah, so if you don't get it, I'm throwing it in the trash.
Ooh, there's a little card in here that might have just told me. Wait, this is cute! Oh, I'm scrapbooking the out of this. Oh, but it's so cute though. Wait, is that the same one? It is, yeah.
So don't look at the card before.
I see. And they got a little like honey burger or something, but we'll play with that later.
That's actually mine. That didn't come with that.
Oh, I don't think that's true, actually.
True.
Aaron, would you like to open one?
Which one are you least excited to open?
That one?
You this one right here?
You could open the tiger one. Show us the versions.
Which one do you want, Aaron?
I like the little flower guy.
They all look
I
fun.
have actually a little bad news. If you don't get one of these two, we are throwing it away.
And you know what? That's extremely wasteful, but we'll get through it.
Oh my god! Wait!
Is that its name or like a wish?
Is it a manifestation?
Yeah,
you can open that one.
I would like all of them. I'm really rocking with this girl and this girl.
Yeah, I
that
think
one
those are all
too.
really cute. I wouldn't be disappointed with any of those.
Yeah, but if you don't get the secret one, we're throwing it away.
We get it. Oh my god, hey Diva! Oh, perfect.
Oh, she's sitting. That's so. Her bag is cute.
Alien stage. Once again, I would be happy to have any of these, unfortunately, except for my queen ᴠᴦ. I love ᴠᴦ to bits and pieces, but I saw this doll and it's just not that cute. I would love Μᶕ. I'd love Luca. I'll take any of them.
There's no secret one in this one, so you have to throw it no matter what.
The secret 7th alien stage character that's revealed exclusively through the blind box.
That one's just the stage.
Oh, it's Ivan!
Okay.
No, wait, sorry, it's Sua! It's Sua!
I also thought it was Ivan, to be fair.
Okay, cute!
Best character.
There's our haul, a character for each of these funny little guys. I wonder what we'll do. She's so fucking tall.
I know, and it's also not staying
Stop! They cannot kiss like that! Oh my god!
Make them all kiss.
Sua has a girlfriend!
But first, I'd like to say a big thank you so much to the sponsor of this video, ᴬᵒᵠ. ᴬᵒᵠ is an online art learning platform whose mission is to make art accessible to everyone. It doesn't matter if your goal is to stay a hobbyist or become a professional, exploring your artistic side is much easier through ᴬᵠ's carefully plotted roads. Each one is broken down into easy-to-follow step-by-step processes where they take their time with introducing new concepts, so you can feel your growth much faster as you get more confident. You can pause and start each road at any time that's convenient for you and switch between them as you like. I've taken classes on painting in the past. My original style was very painterly, if you know. But with my recent shift into sharper, harder-edged shading, I thought it would be fun to take a refresher course. The road for beginners painting starts on values, which are key factors to a piece to make sure all of your elements stand out independently of each other without relying strictly on color. It was super fun! I found the exercises really useful for training the eye to recognize value differences, but I think something happened to me in there. Values are important to make our painting readable and slow depth. And show depth. Look for the correct values on the chain. Wait, look. So the chain is complete. The value must be darker than the one to their left. No, that looks like the same one, actually. That looks the same. Am I insane?
That has to be it. Yes. Yes, I'm fine. You know, perhaps for an assignment like this, they can give us a brush that doesn't have opacity. Perhaps a fill bucket. The lower opacity brush starts making more sense now that I remember that this is a painting course and these strokes are starting to get more painterly. I see.
Listen, just remember that a painting course will obviously require a low opacity brush with which to paint with. You'll be fine. Don't worry about what I'm doing. All that and more is waiting for you to check out ʻArtWad, our beloved Duolingo for art. Currently, they're running a discount on their yearly plans, and if you use my link in the description, you can get 30% off their premium plan. Check it out sometime and let me know what you think. I'd love to see some new artists before and afters to see your progress. And now, back to the video. After unboxing everything, and to begin brainstorming, my first drafts for all of these characters were actually done in my sketchbook. I scrapbooked a bunch of the packaging and the character cards that came with each of them to remind me of the vibes that made me want to pick up that box in the first place. Each page is one of these folded up papers where I started all my practice by drawing the figures I pulled at different angles and figuring out what my favorite parts to draw about all of them were, and the rest of the spread was filled with rough drafts while I settled on a direction. Now, I worked on all of these out of order, just bouncing around to whatever I had ideas for at the time, and the Pearl Girl is the first one I ended up finalizing. My immediate thought when I unboxed her was that I wanted to turn these long pigtails into some kind of fish. Is there any way that there's any connection between pearls and eels? Indeed! This is a pearlfish! They live inside of a lot of invertebrates like oysters, which is where they get their name, and they're freaky and transparent. So this page, I was doing some studies of those, and I ended up down a whole rabbit hole looking up deep sea fish. One of my favorite things to draw about the blind box figure, which you can see in my little studies pamphlet here, was how her eyes looked. She's got these cool follow me eyes, and fish eyes are also really freaky, and deep sea fish especially have weird eyes, because I'm pretty sure they're all mostly blind or something. Regardless, by the time I got to my iPad, I was all in on making her a deep sea monster. I really wanted to go even freakier and make her transparent like a pearlfish so you could see all her bones and guts, but my mental library wasn't up for the task, and I had 4 more characters to design, so I decided that this was not the YouTube video where I would be waging that war. Instead, I settled on the idea that her skin and her scales were matte and dull, but she's seen human girls before. She thinks they're pretty and adorable. She wants to be adorable too, so she collects pretty, shiny fabrics that she finds lost at sea and decorates herself with those, ties her other heads up into pigtails to help her with looking more human. Think of it like an orchid mantis that uses camouflage as a pretty flower to lure in prey and hide from predators. She's a monster that makes herself look like a human as a form of aggressive mimicry. I've been calling her Venus, and I like her a lot. The second character I completed was this vampire girl. I was kind of under the impression from the box that this was a vampire girl that disguised herself with a bunch of different vocations, and this schoolgirl one that I pulled was like one of many eras for her. That time she pretended to be a high school student to blend in and pass the time because she's an immortal 18-year-old and she's bored. Tangential thinking took me back to a few years ago when I was rewatching the Twilight movies, and for a couple weeks I was very adamant that Twilight reimagined as a parody anime would be kind of awesome, actually, and I'm projecting those ideas onto Miss Thing over here now. Twilight has very prominent religious overtones. Like, the characters are vampires, but a lot of the events of the story do reflect Christian values, which makes sense because the author is Mormon. But I think the funniest thing that we can do here is stop pretending the two aren't related. So I'm gonna call my vampire girl Eddie. She's also the weird loner girl, but it's not that serious. You're not in danger around her. She just makes room for Jesus. Hammed up to an 11, like that one girl from the Ghost Stories dub. Religious guilt for giggles, a la Confessions of a Rotten Girl. But make it Yuri! Welcome back, anime goth girl leaning on a cross. Congrats on your girlfriend. The third character I did is the one that I was the least excited for, because I didn't really know where to go from here. Also, forgive the sorry state the figure's in now, my dog got to her. The box has obvious circus theming, but the girl I pulled is just kind of a girl. She's got a hood on that looks like cat ears, but she comes with a pot of honey and her bag is a bear. Is she like when the circus had live animals? Is she the bear? Why cat ears? She's just kind of sitting there. I was formerly planning to do a human design, but you can see the drafts progressively getting weirder as I started grasping at straws. I was trying to think if there was any way I could connect her tears and the honey pot. I was going more into the bear direction, and on this last draft, I went full teddy bear with her hair flaps having this like double-sided floral print that I really, really liked. Once I started drawing digitally, it was like I lost control of the vehicle and we swerved way off the road. This was not my intended destination, but you know what? I think I like this better. I gave into the desire to play into not knowing what was up with her animal features, and I made her this like sentient Frankenstein chimera teddy bear. She's got sort of a false face. Her eyes are the red buttons, but she's got these tears in her cheek patches with stuffing leaking out of them that look like weird warbly eyes. And if she starts crying hard enough for her face to scrunch up, then the stuffing falls out like tears. The 2 extra heads that she has are supposed to be like giant hair ties, but as I was drawing and contemplating her sentience, I decided that the reason she's such a crybaby is that she isn't taking sentience well. She wasn't alive one day, and suddenly that burden was thrust upon her. She's not very smart, but she saw that she had 3 heads in the mirror and assumed that meant that she had 3 brains, which must mean that she's really smart, and thus part of her problem with sentience. She thinks she's far too smart for a teddy bear, which she is, but she's also so little and dumb. She can't help it, poor thing. Her name is Silk, and I think she's actually my favorite of the batch. At this point, I realized I was 3 for 3 with making monster girls, so I might as well commit to the theming for the last 2. It was not intentional up until this point, but we're going with it. This girl posed an interesting challenge because unlike the other blind box figures here, this is an established character. This is ᴬᵒ Alien Stage. Alien Stage is a story on YouTube, and it's told through music videos. I've loved Vivinos since before she even had a YouTube channel. I adore Alien Stage. I've got enough other Alien Stage merch here that I could make another scrapbooking spread with that, but I haven't used it yet, so it's just hanging out here and making my sketchbook so fucking fat. Anyway, to the original point, if you haven't seen Alien Stage, sorry for the spoilers, but half the cast is dead, and ᴬᵒ was the first to go. Her girlfriend Μᶕ, this pink one over here, has to go through the rest of the series mourning her. It would have been really easy to make her some kind of ghost because of that, but I wanted to play around with the idea that ᴬᵒ survived while Μᶕ didn't, and that ᴬᵒ wasn't letting her go without leaving claw marks. I ended up in the jackalope direction. There's a good bit of lore around a deer and a rabbit literally merging into one character. And in my sketchbook, I portrayed that at first as ᴬᵒ like donning Μᶕ's face as a mask that still had some of Μᶕ's long hair attached to it to tangle around ᴬᵒ's neck and hands like they're both still clinging to each other. I really love how this design looked in my sketchbook, but I wanted the final design to be an original character instead of an AU, so I went fully furry with it. Mysterious, gloomy jackalope lady with freaky eyes, because I really like the spiral that I drew on my sketchbook page to fill space. I like her, and I think she's cute, but I do definitely have more affection in my heart for the sketchbook version of this design. And the last design I did is this tiger guy. I had to get the tiger blind box. I'm obsessed with those things. I actually didn't finish this sketchbook spread because I was ready to go pretty quickly. I knew I wanted to incorporate the flower aspect, and there's actually 2 different flowers named after tigers. Tiger lilies, and then these ones that are just called tiger flowers, both of which are spotted and not striped, but I digress. What stood out to me about these flowers is that tiger lilies are always pointing downwards, they look kind of bummed, and tiger flowers apparently only bloom for a single day. If I'm understanding correctly, the whole of the tiger flower plant will continue to bloom for a while, but each individual flower only lasts a day and new buds will bloom in its place. My tiger figurine has one big flower tiger and one little bitty flower buddy, or she did before my dog got to it. But that was all I needed. I had my idea. This final piece didn't get colored because I decided to animate it instead, and these are the only monster girls of our batch who aren't even remotely humanoid. Just a big, beautiful tiger lily mama with her head hung in devastation as she watches all of her tiger flower cubs be continually replaced in front of her before she has any time to get to know any of her children properly. I love a complicated mom story. I can't say that I've animated too many flowers before. It was a little tricky, but because the design of the tiger flower cubs were so simple, it wasn't too much of a hassle to sort out, but I did them in such a way where the GIF can loop infinitely to hopefully get the point across. And those are all of my monster ladies. Silk, Venus, and Eddie are definitely my favorites. Maybe made obvious because they're the only ones I named, but this was super fun to do. I didn't really give a fuck about blind boxes until I did these, and suddenly I get the appeal. I have the bug. So let me know if you'd like to see more of these, because I sorta kinda already bought enough to do a sequel video. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and of course, as always, thank you so much to our patrons. Patreon is really the main thing that keeps my team going, that keeps us able to produce at the rate that we do. It is our most reliable source of income, so if you are interested in supporting the channel, please consider checking it out. For $2 a month, you get everything we post, every work in progress for videos that are coming up or for the game that we're working on. For $5 a month, you get access to our exclusive Patreon-only live streams. We do 2 a month usually, but this month and next month, we're doing 3 each month because I had a couple months to catch up on. And $10 a month gets your name at the end of my videos, just like this. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you later. Bye!